Welcome to the online classes from Dhaka Secondary School, North Karachi campus. Assalamu alaikum, students of class 8 in the online class of Social Studies. We are studying chapter number 7, Export and Import of Pakistan, and I'm your teacher, Miss Uzma. Topics of the day are imports of Pakistan, visible export and imports, invisible export and imports. Here are some definitions should be in the mind, such as balance of payment means to record of money payments between one country and other countries and curate due to export, imports, foreign investment, loans and other cash flows. When imports are higher than export, the difference calculated is called trade deficit. When export are higher than imports and this difference calculated is called surplus. These definition should be remembered. Imports of Pakistan. The given chart shows the main imports of Pakistan in the year of 2006 and 1996. The figures are in millions of US dollars round up. Note the value of petroleum imports almost twice as much or more than the other imported items. Others would include proceed finished consumer goods such as food items, cosmetic toys, chemicals, medicines, etc. The reason for these changes over 10 years are linked mainly to development as well as the rising foreign exchange rates. Crude petroleum and its products are the largest imports as there are needed for transport and energy. These come mainly from the Gulf countries and especially from Arabia. Where do you find the greatest increases? Try, try to identify those imports which help to make export for Pakistan machinery, some chemicals and fertilizers, iron and steel transport, etc. Imports of Pakistan. Much of the increase in imports is caused by increase in population, rising standard of living and industrialization. Import of crops also grown in Pakistan such as wheat and sugarcane is marginal and dependent on the annual harvest. These are important only as required. On the other hand, an essential beverage like tea which does not grow in Pakistan has to be imported. We will discuss here some in this. Obviously, the first one is wheat. Marginal increase from 1996 to 2006, mainly due to better yield in interim years. 2010 and 11 figures show a drastic drop in wheat import, which is good sign. Tea. Increase of almost three times despite cost in the line with population increase. Sugar. From 2009-10 to 11, the import of sugar more than tripled despite the fact that Pakistan is a sugar producing country. Pulses and other food items. The requirement of pulses and other food items is increasing from the year 2011 and 12. Edible oil almost doubled and is still increasing, rising standard and changes in lifestyle. Fertilizer increased 2.8 times in response to demand for food and export. Petroleum increased almost 5 times as a result of industrialization and rising standard as more people have cars, motorcycle, etc. Foreign business. Foreign businesses in Pakistan are mostly multinationals manufacturing pharmaceuticals, auto parts, mechanical goods, and food items, especially fast food and soft drink chains. Visible export and imports. Goods that we can see and handle, such as iron, rice, carpets, or machinery, are visible items of import and export. Invisible export and imports. when the Pakistani workforce employed overseas, especially in the oil fields of Saudi Arabia, UAE, USA, and in other jobs in the West and East, they earn foreign exchange and send the money to their families living in Pakistan. In 2007, they earned 5.5 billion. This adds to the foreign exchange reserves of the country. The overseas workforce is the invisible export. Their remittances are the invisible imports. Overseas Pakistani nationals and Pakistani immigrants also invest in Pakistan. Conclusion. Though Pakistan is an agricultural country, it still imports edible oil, grain, sugar, and pulses. Because of the rapid growth in population and agriculture output in the country is not sufficient for so many people. Besides, the agricultural system in Pakistan cannot cope with it for many reasons. The zamindari system, old methods of cultivation, small holdings, poverty, and illiteracy of the farmers. In brief, there is an urgent need to overhaul our agriculture system on scientific grounds to increase output, utilize the land more effectively, and protect crops from pests, droughts, flooding, etc. Now the questions are in front of you. Do them carefully. Thank you.